It's 3 a.m., you're exhausted, your body is done, but your brain just woke up and it doesn't want to talk about something small. It wants to talk about that thing you said 6 years ago, that decision you made, that person you lost, that version of yourself you're not sure you like anymore. This isn't insomnia. This isn't anxiety. This is your brain doing exactly what it was built to do. But why 3 a.m. specifically? Why not 11 p.m.? Why not 2 a.m.? The answer goes back further than you think. For almost all of human history, there was no such thing as sleeping through the night. Your ancestors didn't do it. Nobody did. Before electricity, before artificial light, humans slept in two separate phases. First sleep, then a period of wakefulness, then second sleep. Historians call this biphasic sleep, and that window of wakefulness in the middle of the night lasted about an hour. Sometimes two. People used it to pray, to think, to talk to their partners, to process the day. It wasn't disorder. It wasn't dysfunction. It was completely normal. That ancient rhythm didn't disappear when we invented the light bulb. It's still inside you, running quietly in the background. Every single night. So when you wake up at 3 a.m. and your mind starts racing, your brain isn't broken. It's remembering something your body never forgot, but that still doesn't explain why it feels so heavy, why everything feels worse at 3 a.m. than it does at noon. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain at that hour. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational thinking, is running on almost nothing. It's been asleep, but your amygdala, the part that processes fear and emotion, is wide awake. It's hyperactive, and when your rational brain goes offline and your emotional brain takes over, everything feels bigger than it is. That regret from years ago, now it feels unforgivable. That relationship that ended, now it feels like proof that something is wrong with you. That uncertain future, now it feels like inevitable disaster. This isn't reality. This is a tired brain with no filter, seeing everything through the lens of fear. But here's where it gets interesting. Because not everyone spirals at 3 a.m., some people wake up and feel strangely calm, almost meditative. Why? Research shows that the waking period between first and second sleep was historically used for something specific. Not worry, not planning, processing. The brain uses this window to sort through unresolved emotions, things you pushed aside during the day, feelings you didn't have time to sit with, conversations that left something unfinished. Your brain brings them back at 3 a.m., not to torture you but to complete them. Think of it like a filing system. During the day, everything gets thrown into a pile. At 3 a.m., the brain tries to sort it. The problem is some files don't have a clear place to go, and the brain keeps pulling them out, over and over, until you find somewhere to put them, and this is the part that changes everything. Because once you understand what your brain is actually doing at 3 a.m., you stop fighting it. And you start listening. The people who suffer most at 3 a.m. are the ones who resist it, who grab their phone, who force themselves back to sleep, who try to distract the brain from what it's trying to say. But the people who sit with it, who ask, what is this actually about? What am I not dealing with during the day? What feeling keeps coming back? Those people often find something valuable in that silence. Not answers necessarily, but clarity, a quiet understanding of something they'd been avoiding. Psychologists call this the rumination trap. The more you try to push a thought away, the louder it gets. The only way out is through. But there's one more thing about 3 a.m. that nobody talks about, something that has nothing to do with your past, or your regrets, or unresolved emotions. It has to do with who you're becoming. The people who wake up most often at 3 a.m. are rarely the ones who are living carelessly. They're the ones who are carrying something, a dream they haven't acted on, a truth they haven't said out loud, a life that doesn't quite match who they feel they really are. The brain wakes them up because something important is unresolved, not in the past. In the present, research in psychology suggests that chronic nighttime wakefulness is often linked to suppressed purpose, not clinical disorder, but a deep, quiet signal that something needs to change, that you already know what it is, and that you've been avoiding it. So next time you wake up at 3 a.m., don't reach for your phone. Don't force your eyes shut. Just ask one question. What is my brain trying to finish? What have I been pushing aside? What do I already know that I'm not ready to admit yet? Because 3 a.m. isn't when your brain breaks down. It's when it finally gets quiet enough to tell you the truth, and most people are too busy trying to fall back asleep to hear it. If this hits somewhere real, drop a comment. Just tell me, what does your 3 a.m. feel like? And if you watch this at 3 a.m., you already know why.